Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for February 4th, 2016. For your Thursday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies here. We're going to have clouds increase from the south here later in the day here, from south to north. We have this cold front that moved through yesterday. It's not going to be bringing in a ton of cold air behind it. We're actually going to be still mild today. But this frontal boundary will become the focus of some weather tonight that will happen for our southeastern areas, we think. And because it has not moved off too far offshore here, we're expecting an area of low pressure to form along this boundary and traverse it northeastward like this. It will be close enough, again, with this frontal boundary, we do think it's close enough that at the very least, the coastal areas here of southern New Jersey, Delaware, maybe all the way up even into the New York City area, we'll get into some light snow activity overnight. Now, this will not be anything heavy. We're not talking about incredible accumulations. We're talking about a general inch or two, maybe 3 in some spots here in South Jersey and Delaware. But further northwest, there's a pretty sharp cutoff, and you might get some trace coding inches just northwest of where they have this circled here, but not too far northwest. So get over, take a look at the NAM. Actually, move this forward first before I do that. Here's the cold front that came through yesterday. Moving this forward here. Here is the area of low pressure that will form along this boundary, we think. And here's it's out here at this point. But you can see how far this precipitation gets all the way back here to about almost Philadelphia. Almost Philadelphia here, and actually Philadelphia gets just grazed by this. So northwest New Jersey is still primarily dry. You see these darker grays in here. This is indicating just some flurries, or maybe could give you a quick coding here in these areas. Generally southeast of Reading, southeast of Allentown, and southeast of the Pocono. So not dealing with anything in terms of accumulating snow for those points and points northwest out of this system. This is just a slight graze of the coastal system itself. Here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar. This is looking at overnight. This is 4 a.m. on Friday, and you can see this is probably the point where you have the farthest northwest advance of this precip, and this gets even this stuff here, showing some stuff over here, Buxton, Montgomery County, Delaware, Philadelphia counties. This is not heavy, and don't worry about the color here. This should be snow at this point, and South Jersey getting some of the hydrodynamics into central Delaware. These are the areas I probably could see getting 2, maybe 3 inches of snow right down in these areas here. Maybe even though we have 1 to 3 listed all the way up a little bit further north here, I think you're probably gonna be closer to the 1 than the 2 or 3 like you would have down here. So we'll keep an eye on this, but not a big deal overall. But it doesn't take relative to somebody in Scranton says 3 inches is no big deal. I get my broom out. Somebody down here in southern Delaware is 3 inches, and it's a big deal. So it's just relative to where you live. So I don't want to downplay it too much, but we will keep an eye on that today. And then as we get into the next couple days, it's going to get back down to near to slightly above normal temperatures for this time of year. We're going to be completely dry Friday, Saturday, except for those early morning snow showers, leftover snow showers for Friday morning. Friday will be dry, so will both Saturday and Sunday, we think. This is a coastal system that is going to be heading out in this direction and out of our area, so we do think this one stays. There's 2 of them, actually. The first one is going to stay well offshore and to our east, and you'll see that go here, and wave goodbye to that. The second one is a system diving down through the Great Lakes, and this is very interesting. This is actually going to probably cut off here. We're going to have a kind of a trough axis like this, like kind of like a big bowl again over the northeast. So you get this big trough, and then you get these pieces of energy that are going to dive down into here, but they really can't go anywhere. There's nowhere to go except kind of do this and just sit here and bring in some light snows over the course of maybe not just 1 day, but maybe 2. So we'll have to watch how this evolves. Some systems have this missing entirely, but for the most part, the models and the ensembles have been in pretty good agreement of a light snow event, maybe light to moderate, with high ratio snow, the fluffy kind that piles up pretty quickly, that's easy to get rid of. Here's the main system here over the Great Lakes, and there's these other pieces, like 3 pieces of energy here. So there's plenty of different pieces that could develop into 1 or maybe several and bring us an accumulating snowfall across parts of our coverage area here. Uncertain if one of the systems that are coming around the base of the trough here really winds up into a coastal system here, we'll have to wait and see. That's probably the upside potential for this, but we don't want to forecast that just yet. We think it's going to be kind of a long duration. Instead of like a snowstorm per se, we're talking about a snow event over a couple of days that just brings light snow that just adds up. So a lot of different possibilities with the system. We don't want to get into totals or get into speculation of how much or who's going to get hit versus who's not. We're just going to let this play out as we get a little bit closer. The ensembles are pretty thrilled, so it's all we can do right now is just kind of go with that idea that we have the opportunity for snow early to middle of next week, and it looks like it's the earliest it would come in would probably be Monday night, and then last during the day Tuesday at varying times and rates and what have you. We'll narrow that down when we get a little bit closer too. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for February 4th, 2016. Have a great Thursday.